Hello everyone, my name is Sophia Morello, and today I'm going to be going over my final project for my computing innovation, which in this case is wearable technology. So for this project, we used Google Sites as the process of making our computing innovation website. So a Google site is a little bit different than an HTML and CSS, even though they do also have similarities. So some of these similarities include that all three are purposed to be a website. For all three, you can organize content into pages and customize them however you like. But for differences, Google Sites is a lot more user-friendly. For CSS, you need to create a code on your own. As for Google Sites, it uses a drag and drop editing tool, so that is how you would edit everything on your Google site, and same with HTML. And for HTML, it does have a lot more customization design layouts, but Google Sites also has customizations. It just doesn't go as in-depth as the other two websites. So for how I did my Google site, stored it and edited and accessed it, the storage for Google Sites is on a Google Cloud server. So you're able to store as much as you want on your site as long as your Google Drive has room to do so. And for editing, as I mentioned before, it is a drag and drop editor on a web browser. So you can add text, images, anything else with a drag and drop that is offered. And then for access, once you publish your Google site, you will get a URL. You can either choose to make this a public URL, or you can choose to have it private to whoever you would wish to see your Google site. So for my Google site specifically, I did include a lot of graphics. A lot of these graphics include charts. Me, myself, I am a visual learner, and I knew that a lot of people that would be viewing this, and you as a teacher viewing this, would be viewing it and wanting to see the information that I have collected visually. So one of the charts that I had gathered was from Google. I went to Google and I searched up using keywords. I said wearable technology, growth, the marketplace. I wanted to show something that shows that wearable technology has a future in our society, and I found a chart that was about North America and the market growth for wearable technology. So that's one of the visualizations I had chosen. Another one was one that I had collected from the survey I collected myself. This chart displayed what the participants thought the impact of wearable technology on their life was, and it also included the gender of the participant. And lastly, I included a graphic of an infographic that I had created. This gives simple information about my computing innovation, such as the definition of it and some statistics that go along with it. And now looking at the questions going from A to F, the first question that we were given was to indicate the innovation and provide a clear description of it as its intended purpose. So this is located on the homepage of my website, and you can see that I just described that wearable technology has a larger impact on today's society. It is something that can track our fitness, help us communicate, and is warm in everyday types of technology such as smartwatches, fitness watches, headsets, and smart glasses. Question B goes on to ask about the benefit or harmful effects of the innovation. I chose to speak on a benefit of the wearable technology. I talked about health monitoring and how it can help engage in the health world and help us understand more about our health habits. This includes, again, smartwatches that track your fitness. They can track your heart rate, your blood oxygen levels, and all that good stuff. Then for question C, we were asked to explain the impact of the innovation had on society or the economy. So I said that they have helped society as a whole. The economy's market has grown to produce the data, and it pushes in advancements in AI, and this provides more money to keep working on it. Also said that it has an overall better toll on us. It greatly affects our society and our economy. Moving on to question D, indicate one field other than computer science that it has helped. I once again mentioned the healthcare field. This is a very big field that wearable technology touches on, helps to prevent and also manage health issues between patients. So if you wear monitors, it can help you prevent them because it knows your vitals, such as your heart rate, and it can give you a heads up when something is out of the ordinary for your health issues. It can also help monitor them, once again, keeping your heart rate, your blood oxygen levels, and just keeping an eye on it for your doctor when they're not there. And then moving on to question E, describe how users can interact with the wearable technology. You are able to do a lot of things with this through gestures and touch. You're able to communicate. There's scrolls on sides of smartwatches that help you navigate the watches, and you're able to send voice commands and different text messages on wearable technology. And then lastly, question F goes into details that incorporate at least one of the big ideas of abstraction, algorithm programming. I chose to do programming. Wearable technology apps within it are programmed to help the wearable technology. So I went into the step process of how these apps are developed, which includes planning the project, market research, development, and then testing, and finally putting the apps out on the wearable technology. Then if we take a look into the graph that I had made from the survey that I had sent out to the participants, this graph, as I touched on before, displays the gender of the participants and how they believe that wearable technology affects their daily use. As you can see, a lot of the participants are females, and a lot of them felt as though it had a mostly positive or neutral effect on their life, or that they were not sure. So the way I gathered this was in each one of the surveys that I sent out, I asked everyone for their gender, and I asked them the question of whether or not they had thought it had a positive impact, negative, neutral, or they weren't sure. And this is how I created this graph. I then used the sheet that I had gotten from this graph to create a Google chart, and I chose to do a bar chart for this. This is relevant towards wearable technology because it shows you how many people really know about it and how many people are still have yet to find out about it, and whether or not they think it is a good innovation or whether or not they think they don't have much thoughts about it. As you can see, most of them did think it was pretty good or on the neutral side, and there's still people out there that don't entirely know what wearable technology is, so it's important to keep educating people on that. Lastly, if you move on to the references page, you are able to see different references that I used. One of the most helpful references throughout this whole project was the technology app programming. If you click on the link, it will take you to the website that I used. This is a very reliable website. It's very relevant to my topic. As you can see, it helps you understand how the programming apps on these are created. The information provided is also very accurate as it comes from a design agency of high authority and credibility. So overall, this is my project for this computing innovation, and I hope throughout the entire process you learned more about computing innovations.